Hey team, so we've just finished filming a new walking cardio-ish relaxed workout, haven't we?
Very relaxed, super
And that's going to be ready in the site in the next couple of days. Maybe it's even already in the site. So already ready in the site. So we are today going over exercise alternatives. I'm going to call one. I've got my phone here because I've got a list of requests that people have given us.
Yep.
We're going to run through it, see if we can give you some alternatives to exercises that you don't enjoy, you don't like, you can't do, whatever the reason is. So shall I start with one with you, Alex?
Yes.
The plank.
Oh, the plank.
Yeah,
so, yes, if you don't like getting onto the mat, then obviously what we're concentrating on is working primarily abdominal muscles. So being up against a wall or even your kitchen bench top is a good one. You get a little bit lower. And you
Fixed kitchen bench top.
Don't let it move around. If you're using a chair, make sure it's up against a wall. That's probably the best thing. And then just bringing that body weight down. So you've got that sort of plank position, but you're actually standing with your feet planted on the ground. And you can hold that with the arms straight. You can bend your arms in, but as long as you're feeling that engagement through that core, then you should be pretty much getting the same effect.
Good. Okay. And actually what you said at the beginning there was really interesting. You can ask me the next one. You can grab the phone there.
Thanks.
It's the core, right? So if you don't like this one, you've got to think, well, what is the goal of a plank? It's to build core strength. And yes, isometric is better where we're holding the position, but if you just want to go with a standing crunch, that's okay too. Any core exercise can, to some extent, replace it. So don't worry too much. Find a range of core exercises that you like. So when you're doing one of our workouts, oh, I like that one, put that in your virtual toolkit and use it whenever a core exercise comes up, like the plank, that you don't do. That's the most important advice probably we can give today, is have that toolkit.
Sure. Lunges, but both directions, forward and backwards.
Okay, so lunges is an interesting one. There's a few things you can do. I'm going to show you something that you might find harder, but you also might find easier. So I'm going to show it anyway. Here, what we're doing is, we're actually, rather than lunging down, we're going to put our knee down on the floor and stand up fully. Now, give it a try once with the support of a wall. You might find that under control, you're able to do that a little easier than a lunge because you don't have the tension building up in the hips. I personally find this a little easier, although it does require a lot of strength for the leg. So again, we're working legs. If you want to, if your knees are suffering a little bit with any bend at the moment and tension through them, this here will be working the hamstrings. So just really squeeze the hamstrings, and then every two, squeeze the bum. Hamstring, hamstring, bum. You're working the legs still under tension. That'll apply for a squat as well. If you've got a step,
oh yeah, we all have those.
Yeah, well, I'm just going to give you an example of a step here. Go and grab the nearest four-wheel drive tyre you can find, but any step will do. And you can step up. That is really slippy. Do not use a tyre.
Not a polished one.
That is really slippy.
Yeah.
Is it my foot?
No, it's not. It's slippy.
Don't try this at home. But step up. So just a step, like bottom of the stairs, and repeat step up. I'm actually okay. Wow. Don't try that at home. I'll leave that there because it's a nice...
I tell you what though is a good thing, I'll give you a phone back, is that if you, again, the lunge is all about strengthening and stretching through that hip flexor. So if you want and find that your knees are really struggling with that, most of it's because that other foot's planted on the floor and it's the same level as the other foot. If you place your foot on a step, you really take so much pressure off that knee. It's immense, probably nearly 50%, I'd say. And then you just come up and down. It doesn't have to be very deep, but you still get all that wonderful work happening through the hip flexor. And this knee hardly gets anything happening at all. So that's another option.
And if you know, if it is something that it's a long-term thing, you know it's not a temporary thing, it is worth investing in something that can be with you during a workout, like a step. The two options there that I get, and actually just stepping up like so will be quite a good way of strengthening the legs as well. If you're, again, there's a range there, isn't there? There's these, There's Alex's example, there's one on the floor.
For the reverse lunge as well, you can do the same thing by putting that foot on the step and then
just having that little bit of extra height. And actually, you'll see this a lot with Kristen when she's in the workouts with us. I'm quite happy for just a step back to your range. Now, I do think that some engagement is important. If you are able to come down to the mat, I know this is quite a long answer, but this is probably one that comes up the most. We've got to try and pop this exercise intelligence, this toolkit into you, but this is going to work the glutes and the hamstrings quite nicely, and then as you get sophisticated with that, you could maybe extend the leg out, getting more tension through the glutes. So there are a few different options there for you. Try them out, take your time, be patient. Don't wait until a workout comes up and try and throw one in. Try it now. Try them, okay. Am I feeling the quads, the hamstrings, the glutes in these workouts? Are my knees okay with it? I think we've kind of sufficiently answered that.
Yep.
Tricep dips.
Yeah, they're always hard. Most of the time that's hard because of wrists. So again, an easier version would be to get a chair and put it up against a wall somewhere that's not going to move.
But you can use
or use your step, and then you can do it when you've got the body lifted. So even here, even doing just a very, very shallow one helps a lot, okay? You're still working the tricep. It's impossible to cheat through this exercise because it's only the tricep that's going to bring you up and down. So that could be one option. If you don't like that at all, you're still feeling the wrists, then the next thing is to just go into your tricep kickbacks with a dumbbell or anything that you've got. It could be here,
or it could be over the head.
The key to the tricep though is to always keep this part of your arm as still as possible and to lift it high. So then as I move, it's like, what do you call it? A hinge. It's that hinge movement through the elbow and you're squeezing.
Yeah, so it's this joint here. Everything else is steady. This is the joint, Alex is the top here, that's working the tricep, okay? And that there, okay, go on. Let's have a look, what else we got?
Let's have a look then, oh, push-ups.
Push-ups, okay, so again, what muscle groups are we trying to work? We're trying to work the chest and the triceps. A wall push-up is a really good alternative.
And by moving the distance of your hands, whether they're narrow, diamond shape to work more of the tricep and the top of the chest, wide to work more of the pectorals. You've got so many variations along that wall.
Yeah, and it's going to be something else. If you have got a 4x4 Bridgestone tyre at home, this actually is a little easier than a full push-up. Is to have an elevated step or tyre or something you can use. But also, if you've got some dumbbells, chest press, either on the mat or here, we're working the same muscle group still. And even a fly, if you want a little variation. So the fly is with the arms extended fully, out and in, and the press here.
Yeah, or narrow, close grip. Yes, lots and lots of different variations there.
What we got? Burpee. I don't even have to look to know the burpee's there.
Yeah, I understand why a burpee's there. So, the burpee really is a lot of pressure throughout all the muscle groups. It's a very functional exercise. There's no getting away from that. So to be able to enable that standing, we need to try and work the legs, the abdominals, that core strength, and combine them all together. So a touch and raise is a good way of getting the legs activated, and then bringing those hands up and down into the knees is a good way of getting the core activated. So this would be your variation of a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
And there's a number of variations you could put on that. You could use weights,
yes.
You could touch, you could come up, you could press,
yep.
Then you could do that.
Yep.
The burpee's chief objective is to maximize your heart rate increase and through using as many different muscle groups as possible. And that's what we're trying to achieve with that move. Grab that, because I've actually got one that I've seen. I don't want to miss it, because it doesn't come up that much, but it's quite important. It's a football drill.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people find that tough. The football drill, sit low, and just step under control, keeping them knees under control here. You can be high as well. You don't have to do the full shuffle. In some ways, this is better. Football drill is an exercise we both quite enjoy, but it's not universally enjoyed, definitely. So this is a good alternative here. If that one is tough for you, I also think that alternating, because we're still hitting them side muscles, will be another option as well.
Even that side step repeater.
Side step
and then
repeater.
Changing each side is good too.
It's all about that lateral work.
To be honest with you, I would honestly say you don't get an awful lot out of a football drill because it's too fast to really engage anything for too long.
It's pure cardio, isn't it?
It's just a cardio movement. So again, you know, just by doing this, you could really get the heart rate up.
You do get quite a lot from it though.
You do, but I mean, do you know what I mean?
Everyone now, they're going to come on and everyone's going to say, don't worry, I'll have a rest, I'll have a cup of tea while they're doing the football
But
drills.
it's a nice way of being able to kind of break up a...
Well, it's motion, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's just some motion, it's a nice kind of...
It breaks up something and it's nice and flowing and things like that.
Yeah, you're right, probably this is a...
Yeah.
This is a nice, it's
anyway,
more tension on the muscles.
We'll always keep doing them, so don't worry about that
Yeah, don't worry about
that. Our side plank. That's another one that people have really not liked. And again, there's lots of tension that can build up in the wrong areas with a side plank. So maybe I should go through a side plank position first, and then you might be able to correct yourself.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea.
And then we'll give the alternatives if it's really not for you. So if you come onto your side, obviously we're trying to activate and use our oblique muscles to hold our body up. So starting position is on your side, hips are square, so they're both facing forward, and as you lift, your hips are going to hit through the ceiling. You've got your elbow directly in line with your shoulder, and your head is in line. So we're not doing this, we are in line with our whole body. So keeping that top leg straight first of all, bottom leg bent, just lift your hips up. So we're just getting that spine back into that lovely straight position, and already was beginning to feel. Now the distribution of weight here should be totally stacked, so it should be quite equal. No tension there through the neck at all. If that's enough, hold it here. For the more advanced one, obviously you can take that bottom leg up, and then you've got that full plank or side plank position there. So again, it takes time to build up that muscle strength. You can come down at any time and then come back into it. You can do 10-second, 5-second intervals, whatever it takes. Always one side, it's a lot easier than the other, so remember to always keep working harder with that side that's weaker. If that's not for you, if you really feel that that is not going to take it in any way, you're not going to adapt to that one, and I understand why. You can also do it on the wall. You could come to the wall, hand again in line with your shoulder, and then just bending the elbow in, and then just holding that. You're still going to have to use your obliques to keep that activation, or you have your dumbbell and that lovely side reach activation here through is the other option. So many options.
So many options, and an oblique option is always good. So if you like these, go with that. If you like these, go with that. I mean, there isn't a precise sort of change up between. The closest would be the wall, and then probably this one, but it's okay if we're using the obliques. We're still achieving that goal of using the muscle in our body. The best advice I can give, and I'm probably going to finish on this because there are a couple of others, but it's a long video already. The best advice we can give, I think I can talk for you, but I'll let you confirm after I've said it, is have that toolkit. Just no exercise. What's the chest exercise you can go to? What's the cardio exercise you can go to? What's the intense exercise you can go to? The light exercise, the shoulder exercise, the glute, like they're in our workouts. There are exercises there. I can't show you every exercise on the planet today with Alex, but you over time note an exercise. Oh, that one was hurting my obliques in a good way. I'm going to use that the next time the side plank comes up. That exercise got me really tired. I'm going to use that one the next time the burpee comes up. And so then you'll find that in exercises, workouts, and exercise comes up, you've got that thing to switch to. You agree?
Yeah, totally. It's all about understanding what you should be working at that specific time, how to activate it, and how to get the best from it. And keep it safe. That's the key.
and keep it safe. I think we've done okay there.
I think we've done all right.
I think we've done all right. I think we covered it quite nicely.
We've touched on the most probably popular ones that people
or
don't
unpopular
like.
ones. Depending on your perspective. Have a great week. Stay strong, stay magnificent, and we'll see you next time.